Edible plants are all the rage at present, and one of the reasons is because they're so good for you and they add flavour unlike anything else can, especially herbs, and WA's leading grower of herbs is Swan Valley Nursery. You may not have heard of them because they're the growers and they provide WA's best garden centres with a huge collection of different varieties sold under their brand, as well as leading national brands like Herb Herbert and Renaissance Herbs. This nursery is one of Australia's most successful, and quality here is magnificent. And the guy that makes sure the plants are grown perfectly is James. My challenge for him is to work out the perfect herb planter for this weekend. Now, James, this is the Metro Garden. This is how people find them in their local garden centre, isn't it?
That's right.
So let's talk about planting up a beautiful window planter and adding a bit of a combination of some of the perennial varieties, some of those varieties that are biennial or perennial in their growth habit, with some of the fast growers that you can also harvest straight away. What would you put into it?
Kale is extremely popular at the moment. On the quicker side of things, we've got things like the red tatsoi and the green tatsoi.
Yeah. I noticed, yeah.
Yeah, watermelon radish. That's a new one that we've just started. I mean, you can grow them pretty much all year here in Perth. So.
Okay. Well, let's get some potting mix into this. Now, We've got some special potting mix. Let's face it, we've got to have the right stuff for the right plant.
That's right. Look, I always tell people, look for the Australian standard, which you'll find on the side of a bag.
Yeah.
That tells you that it's got all the things in it that your plants need.
All right. And a nice big self-watering window planter. So chuck the potting mix in and I picked that radish out and the tatsoi. What else have we got? So these will be the fast growers. So the red tatsoi is pretty ornamental in its own right. This is easy. You pick these up from your local garden centre. You've done all the hard work germinating them, getting them to this point. And it's just as simple as getting a really good quality potting mix, self-watering tray like this, which will always keep them with a good moisture supply, even if you go away for a couple of days, which is pretty important. And then it's just a case of planting them straight into this soil.
That's right. That's all we need to do. I mean, our soil, when we plant them up, we put water storage crystals and long-term fertiliser in as well.
So this is a professional standard potting mix, but you don't have to blend it up yourself. You don't have to make it like James and the team do here. This is actually all being made for you. So plant them in and that's it. That's your project for the weekend.
That's right.
And then you're going to have this ongoing supply. How long till these will be ready to harvest?
The tatsoi and the radish is only a couple of weeks. And the kale, not much longer, to be honest. The longest one will be the chards and the silver beet. The scarlet kale, as I said, holds for a very long time, so you can be picking it for months and months and months.
Fantastic. And when's the best time to do this?
Right now, this weekend. So these are our crops in pots range that we've planted up into these bigger pots just so we can see how they perform.
Okay, and you can see them there. They're small, compact plants, ideal for pots, but producing great crops. You've got everything from eggplants, okra, even beautiful golden zucchini, mate.
We have. I'll pick one here.
And that's a ripper.
Ready to go. So you get full-size fruit, but a compact plant, which is great for cottage gardens these days.
Well, particularly people living in small apartments or units, or even if you've just got a balcony, you can do all sorts of things. And your range seems to be really extensive, you know, capsicums, eggplants, even bush pumpkin.
So this is the end of the summer crop that we planted up, and now we're on to our autumn and winter.
Okay, so this is how people buy them in their garden centre. They're in the pink pot. That's always the giveaway, with a black label. And there's a whole new range of different varieties that are now available.
That's right. Everything that's available now is full growing at this time of year.
And again, the best time to do it is this weekend.